Hey everyone. Sorry I wasn't able to get this news out a couple hours ago. I was busy doing my finals for Hofstra. Just got to send in one more and then I graduate. Anyway, as people know of following the NFL, breaking news, the league has announced that they announced their international home marketing area teams and their respective markets. So, right here, we could see all the teams that are assigned. But before that, how about we go and read exactly what they say? The NFL announces international home marketing teams and markets. Under the leadership of the International Committee, the NFL announced today that 18 teams have been granted across the 26 international home marketing areas, IHMA, across 8 different countries. This groundbreaking new initiative grants clubs access to international territories for marketing, fan engagement, and commercialization as part of an important long-term strategic effort to enable clubs to build their global brands while driving NFL fan growth internationally. NFL fandom begins with our clubs, said Christopher Halpin, the NFL Executive Vice President, Chief Strategy and Growth Officer. This important initiative enables NFL teams to develop meaningful, direct relationships with NFL fans abroad, driving fan growth and avidity globally. We are very pleased with the number, creativity, and level of commitment of club proposals across the board in this initial application period and look forward to teams launching their efforts early next year. As part of the international HMA program, clubs will have access to international markets for at least a 5-year term, during which a club will have rights to pursue activities that international market that are consistent with what they can do on a domestic HMA. This includes in-person and digital marketing, corporate sponsorship sales, fan events and activations, youth football activities, merchandising sales, and co-marketing relationship with other sports and entertainment properties in the market. Wow, this is pretty huge. Clubs can begin to activate their word markets on January 1st, 2022. Today's announcement is a significant milestone in our efforts to broaden the NFL's global reach by building long-term relationships with these international markets that will play a large role in the continued growth and expansion of our sport for years to come, said Joe Glazer, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers owner/co-chairman and NFL International Committee chairman. Much of our league success is rooted in the strong connection that our individual teams have built with their fans, and this initiative creates many more avenues for engaging and energizing international fan base. Coupled with the league's commitment to international games, all 32 clubs will play at least one international game in the next 8 seasons, and the league will use its best efforts to ensure clubs play their international games and their international HMAs where possible. Following the launch of this initiative, clubs may submit future proposals for international committee review annually each spring. Okay, here, now, what this means, guys, is that for a 5-year period starting in 2022, teams will be able to market themselves to other markets besides just their current home. So, for instance, the Raiders, of course, Las Vegas, they're going to advertise in Las Vegas, but they will also have their own social media feeds to Mexico because that's where they're going to be having their international presence. And just because you have one international presence doesn't mean you can't have a second one. In fact, there are some examples here. I'll show you. Okay, let's start off with the map here. Remember, there's only, in case you're curious where the Packers are or the Bills or some other ones, there's only 18 teams that decided to participate in this, and chances are in a few months, the other teams will decide to hop in as well. So let's start with Canada. So far for Canada, we have the Vikings and Seahawks saying that they're going to do have that as their HMA. Mexico has the most by far with the Cardinals, Cowboys, Broncos, Texans, Chiefs, Raiders, Rams, Steelers, and 49ers. Brazil, their only team is the Dolphins. For the UK, their markets are their teams are the Bears, Jaguars, Dolphins, Vikings, Jets, and 49ers. For Germany, you have the Panthers, Chiefs, Patriots, and Buccaneers. For Spain, you have the Bears and the Dolphins. For Australia, you have the Rams, and for China, you also have the Rams. So what this means is that these countries will be able to also market these games abroad, and the teams are able to market them in here as well. So for the way that this came from is from bidding as well as ties themselves. Like, for instance, the Jaguars. It makes perfect sense as to why they wanted to do it with the UK, considering since 2013 they've had one game every single year in London. Dolphins makes a lot of sense considering after the Jaguars, I think the Dolphins have played there like 5 times, 6 times. They played there a lot of times. And it's also not that shocking that they want to do Spain and Brazil, considering a lot of their fan base is from Spain. A lot of them do speak Spanish, and they do have a lot of fans down south, so they want to take advantage of that opportunity. Mexico makes a lot of sense for a lot of these teams. I mean, the Cardinals make sense, Raiders, Rams, Texans, Broncos, 49ers, they make sense. The one that does kind of stand out to me a little bit is the Chiefs and the Steelers, but I think a big reason why that's the case is because they're very popular right now, and that's a big way that you can acquire some more of your fans. Canada makes a lot of sense with the Vikings and Seahawks, considering the Vikings are right by Manitoba and the Seahawks are right by BC, so that is absolutely perfect for them. As for the Rams, though, seeing them be in not only Mexico but also China and Australia, they're really taking advantage of the fact that they're on the Pacific on the Pacific coast. You're really taking advantage of that, like being the one team to occupy both Australia and China. That's pretty huge. Germany makes some sense for the Patriots because they've had Vollmer and I forget who else they have. They have someone else from Germany. I think the Buccaneers are also very popular in Germany too, so that's a big reason why as well. Panthers, same situation. And of course, you're going to see some people say, "Oh, why does this get one area? Why is it a bad team? Why not a good team?" Well, understand that this is from bidding, first off, and it's also based off where the teams are the most popular. So hold your applause, everyone. Hold your horses. Don't worry, it's not the end of the world. And keep in mind, just because a team is marketing in a certain area, that does not mean that you can't be a fan of another team. That doesn't mean one at all. It just means that they're trying to help grow their brand in certain areas. And this is very huge for the league, and a big, big shout out to Alistair Kirkwood for making this possible. He has been a pioneer for trying to push this game to the highest level it can through a whole global scale. That's a big reason why I want to see him in the Hall of Fame one day, too. Everyone calls him a pioneer and an innovator, and this right here is thanks to him. Even though he stepped down, this is something that he definitely planned on for a long time. And because of this, it's thanks to him. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of it. What do you think about the NFL having its team have international home marketing area teams? What do you think about that? Would you like to see the NFL grow? I understand some may not like it because they're afraid of like a team going away, but these teams are not moving. These teams are not moving, and yes, it's a business decision, but at the same time, do you want your league to make more money or you want your league to make less money? I'm just saying. Anyway, guys, take care. Have a great rest of your day, and peace out.